Hi, my name is Nicole Streeter. I'm a birth and postpartum photographer, and I'm here with Elizabeth Cook, who is a midwife, and we are going to talk about anxiety in motherhood. So can you tell us a little bit more about the role of a midwife?
Yeah. So our job, I really see, is to educate and support and empower women. We are medically responsible for what happens at the birth at the end of the day, but that is really second to our role to make sure that you have the information that you need to make the best choices for yourself, and that you know what's coming, and that you are working with your baby and with your partner and with your birth community to support you, so that this goes the way that you want it to go. And our job is to make sure that that happens in a safe way.
So as we know, birth can be a pretty big deal and can cause a little bit of anxiety over that thought. And so what are some things that expectant mothers can do to kind of ease that anxiety and tension before giving birth?
A lot of it is just the preparation ahead of time, I think, and just knowing what's coming and planning the way you want it to go with a lot of latitude for, each baby is different, each mom is different, each pregnancy is different. So spending a lot of time just reading on your own about birth. Knowledge is power, which really gives a mom the comfort and the confidence that she needs to labor the way that she wants to.
Yeah, I always remember that one quote that really sticks with me that, just talks about how a woman will always remember the way she was treated during birth. And I think that's so true. You really do remember your support system. And even though you'll only remember little bits and pieces, sometimes, just remembering those calming words that they said was really helpful.
Yeah, I think that's powerful for all nurses, for midwives, for doulas, birth workers, support persons. Everything is a big thing, and everything is memorable and impressionable.
Do you think that making a list like a birth plan is helpful for easing that anxiety before birth?
I think the process of developing a birth plan is a great way to distill all the information that you've pulled, kind of taking all that and bringing it down to what are the key things for you and your birth plan.
So are there any like meditation exercises that people can do to kind of ease that anxiety that you suggest?
There are a lot of options, I think, for relaxation techniques and meditation techniques that moms can practice ahead of time. Hypnobabies or hypnobirthing is a more popular preparation method for childbearing that's really focusing on getting your mind in the right space and the mind over matter kind of thing. I think so many of us as women, we tend to carry all of our stress and our anxiety up here and in our shoulders, our neck, our face, and you can see it in moms that are laboring when they just can't.
They tense up.
Yeah. They can't just let it go.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times it's reminding them to, even wiggle your eyebrows up and down. Relax your face, relax your jaw, drop your shoulders, shake out your arms, wiggle your fingers, just let it go. Let it be all in your hips, just let it happen. Relax each of those muscle groups so that when you get to labor, it's a much more natural thing than somebody saying, okay, suddenly you're contracting, now relax.
Relax, because that's so easy to do.
Right. But to just let it be there and to know that it's all for a purpose. It's for a reason, and relaxation does make labor progress more naturally and more quickly and more smoothly. The more you fight it, the harder it gets.
So as a midwife, how do you act as an advocate for your patients?
I think the number one thing is to know what mom wants and what her goals are through this childbirth experience. And, we have the medical piece, that funded knowledge, and from that we can draw a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways to do birth. There's not one right way to do it. There are a few things that need to be there so that it's safe. But spending that time hearing from her, why does she choose to have a physiologic birth? How does she see it unfolding? Who does she want to be there? What is she looking forward to afterwards? What are her fears? What things excite her about it? And addressing all those is going to make it such a momentous, memorable experience.
So how does the midwife relationship work postpartum?
I think the key there is relationship, and because it is built on a relationship and knowing the clients ahead of time, it's just a continuum. It's not, prenatal visits and then stop, and then there's a 6-week visit. To have that access, whether it's by phone or by lactation circles or a 2-week visit or even that 6-week visit, time goes so fast in those
Yes.
early weeks that it doesn't feel like it's been 6 weeks since the birth.
Yeah.
And having the opportunity just to reconnect and go over what happened at her birth, what challenges she overcame, what questions she has, things that were exciting and meaningful to her is awesome. And then it continues even past the postpartum period. You know, we hear from our moms and see our moms as their babies grow up and they come back or send pictures, whatever, as these little kids grow. And then you get to do the annual exams, just we call them social visits. They're not really your annual exams. I think it's just fun to just watch and be a part of women's stories throughout the lifespan.
So thank you so much for coming. It was so nice to have you on here, and tune in next week when I talk about my favorite finds for easing anxiety.